So far I have 3 swallowtail caterpillars in my celery. I'm having a hard time deciding to cut it down because the swallowtails like it so much. But I have to. I have no choice. Actually, there's a ton of stuff in here that I need to harvest. We've been away and enjoying ourselves, having good weekends. But now it's time to start harvesting and preserving our work. So I haven't really been able to do a full garden tour just because we had so much rain. I had so much disappointments, but also we learn every time we do this. So it is really important for us to document that and share with others, I guess. See that celery? These ones are a lot smaller than the first ones. I thought that they might grow a bit, but really didn't. Oh, this one's pretty honking. Look at that. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. This coleus actually did better than I expected it to do. The one out here is doing amazing. It looks really good with that Arctic kiwi. Does it taste like a kiwi?
Yep. Good, huh?
I would say it's a little too ripe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I touched it and it fell off. So.
Yeah. This Arctic kiwi is not growing as much, but that's okay. It'll catch up. But the coleus really likes the shade. That's why it's doing so well here. And then my seed. Ooh, what is that? Either way, these pods are going to be creating me some seed for this lettuce. It gives me lettuce seed. And then we have seed, mustard seed, which the birds have gotten most of them, but that's what they look like here. Little tiny mustard seeds. Grow, mustard seed, grow. This is a volunteer tomato. Let's look at them. Looks like it might be an old German. See the ribs on the tomato. And then we have a bunch of Genevieve's basil that I'd like to make some pesto with. I keep pulling off the flowers, but they keep coming back. I just haven't had the chance, so I gotta come out here and I have to harvest most of this basil. Some of it I'm gonna let go to seed so I can have seeds for next year. But I figure I might as well do this while I'm showing you guys around. Oh, this one does not look so hot. And then most of our sweet peppers did nothing. So a lesson learned, I think they spent a bit too much time in their pot in the grow room. I don't know if any of them actually have fruit. No. Oh, there's a little tiny one right there. You won't have time, buddy, but give it your go. And then this Sun Gold volunteered. We had Sun Gold in a pot over there last year. Oh darn. One fell off. Yum. This was my experiment trellis this year. I think it worked out pretty good actually, and I think I'll be doing that kind of trellis for a very long time. It's amazing how just a weekend goes by, how much you end up having to deadhead these marigolds, but they're worth the time because they keep the pests away from my vegetables. So that is worth a lot. These marigolds are all from seed. I got these seed packets from a friend, and these are called, what are you doing, silly? These are called yellow, remember. I'm not gonna get them all, but so for tomatoes, we have, I think there's 4 kinds here, but I don't know what this one is. But this one is Abe Lincoln. Look how big that's getting. And this one is a Greitmeyer's. He's got like a heart shape. And these are Pink Icicle here. And they're still coming. There's not very many on these plants, but I have a lot of them, so I'm not too worried about it. I might need another clip. And on the other side, we have more plants that deter pests, which is thyme. Smells so good. And then this is called mammoth basil. And it's called mammoth because it grows these huge leaves on it. That comes with, and it's like really nice and flexible, so you can wrap stuff. You can use them as wrap because they have a very mild flavor compared to the Genovese basil, which is what the other one I have over there is. These are tomatillos. A little later I'll show you what they look like. We harvested some last night. And then here's some coneflower. Those are perennials, so those will come back next year. They'll come back with a vengeance next year, actually. And then I put this in late in the season. I got it as a discount plant, but it's not hardy to our zone, but I can bring it in as a house plant. Cuban gold, Duranta erecta. Cuban gold. And then I had planted some gourds back there. They never did anything. And I also planted pumpkins here, you guys remember? But I pulled them out because they didn't get very tall, and they were just taking space up. And it was, see, there's one right there. See how bad they look? They were getting eaten alive by my lovely friend called a squash bug. More tomatillos, which I'm going to use to make salsa verde. Oh, that one's getting close. And then I have beans here. I'm having a hard time remembering what type of beans these are, but I'm thinking that they're one of the beans that I let dry on the plant, and then I harvest the beans out of that for stews and stuff, because I did do some kidney beans. I planted them. I don't remember if it's these ones or not, but see, they're starting to turn white. I'm thinking that they're probably the ones that I'm supposed to let dry on the plant. And then this big guy, those are Kellogg's. Kellogg's on this side. And then, what are these ones here, babe? These ones are Kellogg's here. Sicilian saucer, yeah, Sicilian saucer are these ones right here. They're getting pretty big too, but, and then sweet alyssum. So this is only my first year growing sweet alyssum, actually having it in my garden or growing it from seed. But next year, I think what I'll do is I'll do a mid-season pruning, because I think it has a lot of time left. I think it's working too hard to get way down here. So I think I would have pruned this maybe about a month ago. And then these are my poppy seeds. So basically gonna be able to open this. Oh, they're so tiny. Look how tiny they are. Grow. This is my three sisters' bed.
I'm not afraid, so I would fail. But I'm not giving up, I'm not gonna give up right now. Well, I let go the storm, and I leave no regret. I do what I can do, not what I can't do. So let me dance in the storm.
It's the first time I've ever done this, and I am like so happy with it, beyond happy with it. So it's sunflowers and corn, and then you plant beans beside the corn and sunflowers so the beans grow up. And then you have squash growing in there. And then I also put this arch up and put on some pole beans. Those ones right there are ones that you leave on the plant to dry. And the same with the ones that are wrapped around the sunflowers and corn. And then these ones are just because they're pretty, and the hummingbirds just absolutely love the flowers. We see hummingbirds on this all the time. I'm trying to see if I can find any corns without getting... Oh, right here's one starting down there. And then the cosmos and potatoes here. We have two different types of potatoes. We harvested one, it wasn't quite ready yet. And then we have this lovely assortment of zinnias in here. They're stunning. And then here, my straw flowers. There wasn't very many of them that took, but the ones that did I planted, and they got a little small. So I'm letting them go. I'm actually taking the leaves off of a lot of this, so that gives it some, see that bean way out here? Give it some more sun. I really want those to do well. I'd really like to have some straw flowers. And then through here I did a couple other things. This is the other perennial I bought that I'm gonna pull up and put as a house plant. And this one is called Silver Falls. I'm not even gonna begin to pronounce that name. But it's a ground plant, but I can bring it inside. And then so I don't have to buy it again next year. Because next year it's gonna look way better than this. It's gonna be way more mature. Hey, buddy. And then I have some straw flowers that I purchased as starts. I couldn't help it. I went to the late in the season. I went to the garden center and they had a major sale. So there's the seeds for that. Not the yellow ones, but the little brown ones. Grow. And then I also put some thyme in here. I put 2 types of thyme. This one is just regular cooking thyme. And then this one is like a carpet thyme. So I want this whole space to fill out with a perennial. Ooh. And I have some Dusty Miller. And then I come in here and I just sit. Just sit down here. Hey, buddy. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm tired. To be honest, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But I've had this idea. Corn being attacked by corn. I've had this idea for probably a few years now about doing a Three Sisters bed, and this year it actually turned out to happen in real life. So there's many things that I have in my mind to do, but I don't mind if it takes a little while. I am totally amazed by all the stuff in here. We're going to get a good corn harvest and an excellent bean harvest. Unfortunately, I don't think that the squash are going to happen because they're very tiny. But next year I'll try it again. What's up? Were you playing in the garden? I feel like it's taken me forever to do this garden tour. Oh, sorry about the noise. They're building a loopy wool rug hooking building across the street, which my daughter is extremely excited about because she loves crocheting, so she hopes it's similar to that. Anyways, I was saying that I feel like it's taken me forever to film this garden tour. I keep running out of the time that I have available. So I hope you've been enjoying watching this garden tour as much as I've been enjoying filming it. So today is the 6th, and I started filming this garden tour on, I think, the 29th. So to locate us right now, because I can't remember where I was, this is the backside of the Three Sisters bed beside the zinnias, and I'm sitting on the potato bin. So let's just continue. So I was sitting there, and now we're here. This is the raised bed that we used the trampoline parts to make the frame so that we could hang this netting over top of it. The netting was here to protect the brassicas that we originally planted in here from the white butterflies. And I think it did a pretty good job. We got 2 different types of Brussels sprouts here. These ones are, oh, look at that guy. Big. These ones are made for colder climates, and they're doing pretty well. Can you see the Brussels sprouts in here? So those, I believe, are called Marte. And then these bigger ones here, this one got mixed in. This is a Long Island Improved, and it's a little bit more purple, but the buds are farther behind than the Marte. We have some cayenne peppers here. Not as big as the cayenne peppers in the main bed, and then I have a couple of cauliflowers that I let go to seed, so I'll harvest those seeds once they dry on the plant. And then here is a black Hungarian. See the purple flowers, so pretty. And then a shishito You guys had chisitos? They're so good. I have a video on how to blister them on the stovetop. They're so yummy. They're really sticky on the inside, but you take that off and then you cut the end off and then use it just like that. You don't need to take the skin off these ones. So I'm going to use those to make salsa verde. So excited. So we planted 101 pepper plants in here, and these pepper plants are called hot rod stripies. So they're all different stages. Like this one's kind of turning purple and this one's turning orange, and then those ones will turn red. And then you can see here the plant itself, like the foliage is variegated, so they're pretty. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be that light. I feel like that's a little light for a pepper plant, but maybe that variety's a bit lighter. Another one back there. And there's some chamomile here. I have a whole other row of peppers right here. We'll start up here with the papriks. See how big that is? So I'm gonna smoke these peppers, and then I'm gonna put them in the dehydrator, and then I'm gonna grind them up, and I'm gonna have smoked paprika. And there's some jalapenos. Actually, those are not jalapenos. I think those might be a cayenne. Not sure. A few more cayennes. There's another paprika. It's beautiful. And then I've got another cayenne in here and a jalapeno. See that marking on there? That's good. Here, another paprika. And then we start in with this side of the bed. You can see the yellow flowers. Those are calendula. I'll let those dry up and use those seeds. This one's getting close. So you see those funky looking seeds in there? That's the seed right there. Grow. And those will overwinter. I just cover them up with straw. And then we have some Swiss chard plants. I planted these seeds in May, and I've just been cutting off the top of them, and they just keep growing back. So I'm not going to plant much Swiss chard. I'm just going to probably keep maybe 1 or 2 plants now that I know that. And here is some coriander seeds starting. This is the last row. Well, the last row has strawberries in it, but those are long since harvested. This one is the one with my original arch. Now these are Kentucky Wonder beans, and what we found is that you need to harvest them when they're really tender, more like this size instead of like this size. You see the difference here? When they get big like that, they get stringy and gross. If you get them like this, they're so good. They're not like you can't tell the difference between like the bean and the skin. And when I looked this up, they said that these are most likely the beans you're getting in a restaurant when you order beans. Coming out from under the bean arch, we have some marigolds, some sweet alyssum, we have some eggplant starting here. Oh, and we do have a garden spider here. I think we have 4 garden spiders in total in the garden. You want these guys. They help keep the bug population at bay. These are my eggplant. They're not doing wonderful, but I'm happy to get just one. I only grow these plants because they're so pretty. And so we have some dill here for my dill beans. And then we also have dill over here. That was my first succession, so that's just for seed. So I have seed for next year. And then I've got a couple of sunflowers. These are autumn. You see how that one's not great. You see how it's kind of orange? Yeah, they're kind of autumn color. And then I have more bush beans on this side. And oh, there's a bee. There's a few bees. I guess they like the garlic chives flowers. Buddy. Okay. And then there's a honeybee there too. Right there. Very cool. So that's why I left the garlic chives, because the flowers on them are stunning. And then my phlox are kind of petering out at this point, and my Victoria Speedwell is also petering out. But my ground cover is doing amazing. And then we have another bed here that I'm just waiting for these. These are my fall crop. And then again with the yarrow, I'll take these seeds. Seed pods, and you can put them in a bag and plant this tomorrow. Oh, there's another garden spider. What has he got? Over the next few weeks, we'll be harvesting quite a lot out of this garden and processing it inside. It's going to look potentially very different the next time you see it. I will be harvesting all of the celeries, all of the peppers, all of the red tomatoes, all of the beans. I'll be removing most of the strawberry plants and covering up, putting a layer of poly over that tunnel instead of the insect fabric. But there's still going to be lots happening, so I hope you guys stick around. We appreciate you and we're grateful for you. Oh my goodness. That is so loud.